And now back to politics. Hillary Clinton feeling the wind at her back in light of her recent strong poll numbers against Donald Trump. Perhaps she is sensing victory for her could be at hand, as her campaign now is also focusing on the so-called down-ballot races, looking to help those Democrats retake the Senate and possibly, some think, even the House. Could Congress flip? Nan Hayworth is a former Republican congresswoman from New York. Dennis Kucinich, former Democratic congressman from Ohio and a Fox News contributor. Welcome to you both. Nan, let me start with you. I mean, let's look at the Senate first. The Democrats only need 4 seats. Do you think that Republican control is in jeopardy in the Senate?
Clearly it is, Eric, and we can see that in so many races that have been very well defined across the country. This is a year in which people are justifiably very frustrated with Washington. They're very frustrated with the state of the economy. They look at incumbents of both parties and say it's time for a change. Republican incumbents whom I'd like to see return to the Senate and the House are in some jeopardy because of this mood. So it's very important for Republicans to remember and for voters across the country to remember that it's the economic message that every Republican is promoting, including the presidential candidate Donald Trump. You know, we need to reactivate our economy. We need to have real relief from bad taxes, heavy taxes, bad regulations, and only the Republican candidates across the country are supporting the things that will make all of us feel better.
You talk about the frustration against Washington. What about the anger and frustration against Donald Trump?
Well, I think, again, it's very important. He gave an important speech yesterday in Gettysburg, and he did lay out his economic plan in detail. It will be a plan that will increase opportunity and prosperity for everybody. All Republicans down the ballot have to concentrate on those things, and Mr. Trump has to respect that in every state and in every district, as Dennis and I both know, there are particular concerns that mean that candidates, even though we share a party, may have to have a very different approach.
Dennis, I see you nodding. Is it, as Nan says, frustration at Washington, or is it Donald Trump's fault?
Well, first of all, you have to remember, in the primaries, people in both parties, about half of Americans wanted to just throw the established parties overboard. And that's worth remembering, because that mood is still out there in the country. People want dramatic change. They don't want more of the same. That's why candidates have to listen closely. At a district level, most Congress people try to stay close to the people. If they don't last long. But I would say that in this election, what people are looking for are candidates who are going to identify the economic issues that people care about, jobs, health care, education, retirement security, and have a plan to do something about it.
And do you think the Senate will flip? Do you think the House, Dennis, can change? But they have 30. There's a 30-seat gap in the House.
I think, you know, the Senate's probably very close right now. The House, I don't know. There are a lot of seats in the House that were decided through redistricting years ago. I think that we're looking at a government that will be divided. We're certainly looking at a country which will be divided, but we cannot expect both political parties to come together and start holding hands if it means more war, trade deals that take away American jobs. There's a lot that remains to be determined between now and the election.
And Nan, quickly, because we're out of time, Senate yes, but House no?
House is going to stay Republican. I agree with Dennis. And you know what? They're great servants of the people. Paul Ryan is an American hero in my eyes, so we need to keep that majority, and we need to have every Republican up and down the ballot working together and concentrating on positive messages of economic prosperity and opportunity.
All right. I'm sure that Dennis would agree that that's the same message for the Democrats. Thank you both.
Thank you.